When was the last time you found yourself unable to fall asleep as quickly as you'd like, wishing there was a magic trick to fall asleep fast? Is it right now? You aren't alone in feeling this way. Many of us struggle and can benefit from some simple changes to fall asleep faster. Now, we can't overlook the word fast in that title, can we? So, without keeping you fretting over lost sleep any longer, here are 10 tips for how to get to sleep fast. Number 1. Don't use your bed too much. By design, the bed is the comfiest place in the house, with second place going to the couch. But where would you rather stretch out and unwind as you watch YouTube videos, TV, play games, etc.? If you naturally turn towards the bed, this could be a bad idea for your sleep. You see, as soon as we associate the bed with daytime activities, we stop associating it with nighttime activities. Therefore, we don't have the same response to feeling tired and falling asleep when we lay down, so it helps to make sure you don't work or eat in bed. Ideally, the bed should be for sleep and sex, and that's about it. They're challenging habits to break, but it really does help to break your home into different zones. On the topic of eating in bed, we need to discuss our diets. Number 2. Be careful what you consume at night. This is a tricky one because of conflicting information. Some people say not to eat anything at night because it leads to weight gain, while others say you shouldn't leave it too long and risk messing up your metabolism. You'll find a good middle ground where you aren't going to bed hungry or with the risk of indigestion. Either way, it helps to limit your sugar content late at night and avoid caffeine from mid-afternoon onwards. Number 3. Create a sleep sanctuary in your room. It's a lot easier to associate the bed and bedroom with rest and sleep if you can build a more beneficial environment. Ultimately, you're looking at a blend of both sensory enhancement and deprivation in good measure. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go through the senses. We don't want too much visual stimulation, such as too much light in a room. Blackout curtains and sleep masks go a long way here. The same is true for distracting external noise, and I have a further tip about that later on. However, it can help to enhance the sense in a room with something more relaxing, such as lavender sprays and sandalwood. You might also want to think about a cozy texture in bed, with better throws and sheets. If you're serious about building this sanctuary, you also need to consider the next suggestion. Number 4. Consider decreasing your use of technology in bed. This is a big problem. Countless studies over the years have shown that the use of technology in bed can limit our sleep and play havoc with our sleep patterns. It doesn't matter if you're the type to watch TV in bed, play mobile games, or scroll social media feeds. It can all become damaging. A large reason for this is the blue light on the screens, as this can disrupt melatonin regulation and make it really difficult for our bodies to realize it's time to sleep. Many experts suggest removing all mobile tech, televisions, and gaming consoles from the room. Have fun with them in the evening, but stop at least an hour before you plan to sleep. The problem with this is that it just isn't practical when we're so reliant on tech, such as via alarms on phones. There are benefits to using devices in the right way, which leads to the next point. Number 5. Adapt the way you use technology at night. There are ways to make the most of mobile technology at night so we get the best of both worlds. Some types of media and apps can make it easier to fall asleep, and some tools make the devices less harmful. For a start, you're going to want to put a filter on the screen to minimize the impact of that blue light. These often come as standard now, and you just need to activate them to come on at sunset. You can also set your phone and tablet up so you don't get any notifications or alerts until after your alarm. This should stop the device from becoming disruptive. As for that beneficial media, many people swear by either white noise, soundscapes, ASMR, or a combination to get off to sleep faster. These rely on watching or listening to creators' work online through YouTube, Spotify, or similar outlets. But as long as you have the filters in place and relax in your new sanctuary, the effects of the media should outweigh the negatives of the device. Number 6. Remember that it's all about the way we engage our brains. The reason content like ASMR and soundscapes work so well is that it gives us something relaxing to focus on. Often our difficulty in falling asleep is more mental than physical. we struggle to let go of the day or keep thinking about what tomorrow brings. As the thoughts swirl around, there's no room for relaxation. Listening to the right sounds or following visual triggers can switch all that noise off and put our brains back in the right state. It's the opposite type of stimuli to television or video games that require more thought and attention. Ideally, this shift in brain function will be enough to speed up the process. If not, you can try the following 2 tips. Number 7. Try and put the negative thoughts aside. The worst thing that you can do when you can't sleep is lying there wide awake getting mad for not sleeping. You start a negative train of thought and anxiety where you worry about the impact of a lack of sleep, which makes it even harder to drift off. A good thing to do if this happens a lot is to do a brain dump before bed and clear space for relaxation. Write down your to-do list for the day ahead so it's there for you in the morning and you don't have to think about it. Try journaling any fears you have to put them aside, or use a gratitude journal to focus on positive factors in your life. And now, before going to the next tip, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to click the notification bell so you'll be notified of my latest videos as soon as they're published. And now, let's go ahead with the video. Number 8. Don't forget to breathe. There's an old saying that if you can't sleep, you should just rest. And if you can't rest, you should just breathe. Focusing on your breath and counting it out not only helps calm the body, but also distracts the mind. Once you get into a good rhythm, you should find that you're a lot calmer and restful. With time, this could lead to easier sleep. A good trick is box breathing. Inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. Repeat this as often as you need. Others like to inhale for 7 and exhale for 8, as longer exhales are great for slowing your heart rate. Number 9. Get up and do something else. There will be nights when all the breathing exercises, aromatherapy, and soundscapes aren't enough. Even after journaling your worries, they're still keeping you up at night. A good trick here is to get up and do something else, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Go into the kitchen and tidy up a little as you boil some herbal tea. Go and read a chapter of a book in the living room. Put on a dressing gown and look at the stars from the yard. Find something calming that gets you away from the bed and into a new mindset. Before long, you should start to feel tired and ready to try sleeping again. Number 10. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you feel that a lack of sleep is turning into a case of insomnia or bigger mental health issues are keeping you up at night, seek medical help. Doctors can help you set up more precise sleep schedules and look into any underlying physical or dietary issues. This could lead to the prescription of helpful supplements. You may also find it helps to just talk to a loved one about your struggles. Getting weight off your shoulders could make it easier to drift off to sleep. Hopefully, at least one of these tips proves useful and helps you get into a better sleep cycle. Let me know which worked best in the comments, and don't forget to share this with anyone else that might benefit. Thanks for watching. And now, make sure to click here right now to watch the next video, where I show you how to get up early after a good night's sleep and make the most out of your day.